This video is your no BS guide to using ChatGPT Agent, and although many of you are probably familiar with tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or even workflow tools like Zapier and N8N, you might not know where ChatGPT Agent fits in your AI toolkit. Picture a graph, and on the x-axis is effort, or how much time it takes to set something up. The y-axis is output, or how many total tasks you can complete. Regular ChatGPT sits in the bottom left. Low effort to use, but it only completes one specific task at a time. Tools like N8N and Zapier are in the top right. They can automate many tasks and handle complex workflows, but they require significant time investment to learn and set up. ChatGPT Agent breaks this trade-off and sits in the top left corner. Low effort to set up like regular ChatGPT, but it can complete many interconnected tasks like the automation tools. The simplest way to put it, think of regular ChatGPT as a really smart consultant who gives you advice but can't actually act on it. ChatGPT Agent is like the same consultant, but can also pick up the phone, send emails, create documents, and take actions on your behalf. Before we dive into specific use cases, let me show you the essential features you'll actually use. To get it all set up, create a new chat and then select agent mode. But the key here is that you don't want to prompt it like you would normally prompt ChatGPT. It's a little different. For the best output, you essentially want to talk to it like you're giving an intern a job description. You tell it what to do, how to do it, and what tools to use. And my favorite way to write a prompt is to have ChatGPT do it for you. Here's a very simple prompt to use to get ChatGPT to actually generate you an optimized prompt for ChatGPT Agent. The next feature is you can actually schedule these ChatGPT agents to run whenever you want them to. To do that, once you've kicked off an agent, you can click the three dots in the top right, select schedule, and then you can fill in whatever prompt you want it to run, the instructions, name it, and then set when you want to run it, either daily, weekly, monthly. Next, you can connect data sources to ChatGPT Agent to help improve the output. Once you're in agent mode, if you look to the right, you'll see sources. There you can select specific sources you want it to look through. And if you select connect more, you can see all the connections you can actually make. In this case, you'll see that Google Drive is already connected for me. And the final one is look at the example ChatGPT Agent use cases that are actually on the website. So if you look here, you'll see suggested reports, actions, spreadsheets, presentations, and you'll scroll through and see different use cases, and it'll help inspire ways that you can actually use this tool. Now, let me show you 4 use cases that will immediately save you hours of work. The first use case is it could be your AI investment assistant. A specific use case I use a bunch is for real estate. What I do is I pass in a property URL, let's say from Zillow, and I prompt it to do specific analysis that I would normally do by hand. And the key here is I tell it exactly the output I want, and I want it to create a final verdict. Does this meet the criteria for a good investment? The cool thing with ChatGPT Agent is you can actually see it doing the activity. You can see it going to a Zillow listing. I can see it going to Redfin to compare against other properties. You can see the whole output here where it goes through the specific sale price, what property taxes, what they think it can get for rental income, and ultimately it gives me a final verdict. And as somebody who already owns 2 apartments in Hoboken, I can tell you that a lot of this information is correct and is why I initially was interested in this property. Now, this is great and all, but the real power is setting up a scheduled agent that does this for you periodically. Every week, it can scan new listings, do exactly what it just did, but on a larger scale. Then you can have it email you its favorite properties, and those can be the ones that you actually look into. Use case number 2 is your personal life manager. You can use ChatGPT Agent for things like grocery shopping or vacation planning. For groceries, you can have it look for a recipe. In this case, I'm looking for a highly rated banana cream pie recipe, and tell it to order the groceries so it delivers tomorrow. And you can give it assumptions like I have pantry staples like oil, salt, and pepper. It's pretty epic. You can literally see it like adding a banana to my grocery list. It's doing the shopping in real time. And the cool part is I can just actually go in, hit take over, and then actually browse on what the ChatGPT Agent was previously browsing on and finalize the order. Like I can put in my phone number, I can complete the purchase. In this case, I would actually go in, put my credit card information, and complete the purchase. Then I can hit finish controlling and it'll continue doing what it's doing. Use case number 3, this is all about creating a content creation machine. This is huge for anyone creating content. You can set up ChatGPT Agent to handle the entire content pipeline from ideation to scheduling. And one beautiful thing about ChatGPT Agent is it can plug into external tools that you may already be using. In this case, I like using Notion to handle all my content management. So in the prompt itself, I link the content database that I want it to append to. And so here are the 4 steps that I tell it to do. The 4th step being upload directly to my Notion content calendar database, which I linked earlier in the prompt. You can see it doing its thing. It's going into the content calendar. It's creating ideas, which is pretty epic. just so that you can see the reference, I go into the content calendar and I can see all the different content that was created along with the titles, names, etc. And as part of this, you can have it do up-to-date research on what's going on through forums like Reddit so that the content can be fresh and new. And this specifically isn't just theory. I use this to help me produce all my short form content and I get hundreds of thousands of views. The final use case is you can use AI for your own personal trainer. Now, I'm currently training for an Ironman that's set for July of next year in Lake Placid, New York. And I don't really know how to swim and I've never rode a bike before. So I want to use ChatGPT Agent to be my own personal trainer. Again, you can see ChatGPT Agent doing the research. In this case, it's looking at the official USA Triathlon website, doing deep dives so that I don't have to. The final product is a full report that goes into what I should do for swimming, what I should do for biking, different products I should consider purchasing, as well as a full workout plan. Now, these are all use cases that will help you become more efficient and have a higher output. By having a higher output, you become less replaceable in your day-to-day. But there are a ton of traps that I find people fall into that will keep them replaceable as we move into this AI age. To help people identify these and become irreplaceable, I created a free 5-day email series that dives into these topics in depth with all actionable advice. So go click the first link in the description. You are going to love it and it's entirely free. Okay, so those are some of my favorite use cases with this tool, but let me quickly break down how ChatGPT Agent stacks up against alternatives. There's Devin AI, which is an AI agent specifically for software engineering. At my company, IYK, which is a tech startup that recently raised $18 million, we use Devin every day to help with software engineering. But unless you're specifically writing code, Devin probably isn't for you. But if you are, or have your own software business, I highly recommend it. Then there's an open source alternative to ChatGPT Agent called AutoGPT. This is a free AI agent tool that allows you to run an AI agent entirely on your computer. A ton of people use this, but it is more complex than using something out of the box like ChatGPT Agent. So if you're technical, it's definitely worth playing around, which brings me to my honest analysis of ChatGPT Agent. In general, for AI agents, you want it to complete low-risk, reversible tasks. What this means is if it gets it wrong, it won't be a disaster. For example, you probably don't want ChatGPT sending emails to your top clients or handling large cash transfers. The reason it's not 100% consistent and reliable yet, and the same way you wouldn't let an intern do those tasks, you probably shouldn't let ChatGPT Agent do them. And another limitation with ChatGPT Agent are they are stateless by design, which means each time you trigger a new task, the agent essentially starts from scratch. In a lot of cases, this is good, but in some cases, it can be a little annoying. For example, if your agent needs to access something like your Amazon account, it would prompt you to log in, and then after logging in, it would continue doing what it was doing. But if you asked it to do the same thing again in a new chat, you'd still have to log in because it resets its session. Now, for built-in connections like Gmail or anything on this image, you should be okay, but anything outside that, you'll likely have to start from scratch each session. My guess is they're going to roll out more advanced use cases over time for ChatGPT Agent, but they intentionally designed the system to be friendly with, call it 99% of ChatGPT users. As of this video, ChatGPT Agent requires a ChatGPT Plus subscription, which is $20 per month. For most people, this is all you need as you get 40 agent-initiated messages, which means you essentially can do 40 automated tasks a month. If you're a power user and you're using these agents daily, you may have to upgrade to the Plus version. That's $200 a month. There are other things that come to this. As you can see from this, I am a Plus subscriber. You get access to a lot of other features. Ultimately, it's up to you if it's worth it or not. I think it is 100% worth it, which is why I pay for it. Now, like the title says, this video showed you the 80% of ChatGPT Agent that you actually need to know to start using it effectively. But here's the thing, there's a whole other level of advanced use cases that could completely transform how you work and even help you build businesses. If you click right here, you'll see my video on 25 things you probably didn't know ChatGPT Agent could do. The strategies I show there build on what you learned in this video, and some of them might genuinely change how you think about AI and productivity. So if you want to take your game to the next level, I'll see you over there. Peace.